Hello and welcome to Parallax, where we look at life from how we work. Joining us today is Eric Waddy. Eric is an enrolled agent. That is to say, he runs an accounting firm that does tax accounting, bookkeeping, and the like. Eric, thanks for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for having me, David.
There's something about accounting that's so, the rigidity of numbers and the factuality of numbers is so different from somebody who works in creative arts, where it's a much more objective thing. Talk a little bit about the accounting process. What you're looking at spreadsheets, you're looking at numbers, and
Oh, absolutely. So the beauty of my job as a tax accountant is I merged both of those worlds together. So the creative aspect of finding pieces in the tax law where we can find deductions for these individuals or businesses. You have to be creative in order to put together a tax return that helps that individual or that business. There's also the analytical side where you have to be able to know the tax law and go through these books and organize information in a way that tells a financial story for the individual or for the business.
I'd never really thought of the tax return as being sort of a storyline that unfolds. And if the story takes a really bad turn, then you've got the IRS knocking on your door wanting to look at your records. So can you talk a little bit about the role of an accountant as an intercessor for the IRS in the event that someone is audited?
Oh, sure, absolutely. So when you receive the letter from the IRS that says we have questions about your deductions that you claimed or income that is missing, I always recommend to bring it to an accountant and let them review the letter and review the tax returns so that they can verify whether this is a valid request or not. There are the nature in which the IRS sends out the letters. The letter comes as a bill, essentially. It says, you owe us this money because you did not do these things. If you disagree with this, send us the information. Otherwise, pay us the bill. And so it can be very scary for an individual or for a business when they receive these letters from the IRS. And it's very important to have a third party, such as myself, take a look at those letters and verify whether it's accurate or not. Once I verify that it's accurate or not, then if it's not accurate, we draft letters and we compile the information to support our position that the IRS inquiry is incorrect. And from there, we either respond via letter if it's what they call a mail-out audit, or if it's a in-person examination where they're looking for the IRS auditor is coming on site or they want to meet with you in person, then we will meet with the auditor personally and talk to them about why we disagree with what is taking place with the IRS inquiry. And the main thing is it's very important to have an individual such as myself who's I'm an enrolled agent defending you when you're meeting with the IRS is because you got to have somebody in your corner fighting for you. The IRS is a large, big government agency that has many different people who are fighting against you, and so to try and go it alone can be very traumatic to your financial story in the long run if it's not done properly.
So, Eric, you had mentioned that you are an enrolled agent. You didn't mention that you're a CPA. Is there a difference between these designations?
Oh, absolutely. So an enrolled agent is enrolled to practice before the IRS. They are enrolled from a federal standpoint. CPAs are state licensed. What happens as an enrolled agent is we are tax-specific knowledge. We have continuing education credits that are required and mandatory in order to remain an enrolled agent, and those are tax specific. CPAs are broad accounting professionals. They are not tax specific. So I find that enrolled agents are generally able to better represent individuals and businesses in front of the Internal Revenue Service better than CPAs.
And to add insult to injury, the laws change year to year, right?
Oh, absolutely. Not only do they change year to year, we also have, they could change every month. And what happens with that is the IRS will issue regulations to say, well, this is what the law says, but this is the guidance that we are telling you in terms of how to operate within the law. And so when the IRS issues these notices, it's our responsibility to stay aware of them and to make sure that our clients are aware of whether or not this new IRS regulation affects them or not.
Well, Eric, thank you so much for coming on the show and talking to us. It was really interesting to hear about accounting and what you do for businesses and individuals. You can find out more about Eric's company. It is at waddytax.com. And until next time, keep it between the white line and the dishes.